Hello there. I'm selling my daily driver. I don't want to, but I have too many cars, like way too many. And I came across another Lexus for a song. It's not nearly as nice as this one. It's got far more miles, little CT200H, but it's a CT200H, so it gets 40 something miles a gallon. Well, this guy gets about 20, and I've been doing a lot more driving for the day job lately. So this big old thing has got to go. My grandpa car. So yeah, it's at auction. Let's poke around it. It's a 2006 LS430, and yeah, it's cool. It was a one-owner car until I acquired it, and it was owned by an elderly gentleman, which is fitting considering it's metallic brown over ivory. And yeah, so it's been my grandpa car. He let's just say aged out of driving this vehicle. As such, it's got a couple of dents and dings on the exterior. It's a very nice car. It's been very well maintained, religiously so, which is good. These are all positives, but you know, it was grandpa's car, so there's a few dings and dents and imperfections. So let's highlight those first before we get to the inside. Pretty reasonable scratch here on this back door. Little ding there. It does have this little scrape on this rocker panel. The rocker's not crushed or anything. It's not that bad, but the paint is scratched. This mirror, it does have the auto folding mirror, so when we start it up, they'll flip back out. But this frame on this housing here's got this little, got caught on something once upon a time. All the wheels have a little bit of damage. Curb rash, things like that. Certainly nothing where you need to throw the wheel away, but there is some damage. Tires are in good shape. They're first part of 2018. So, you know, if you've seen any of these videos of mine, you know I'm a stickler for tires, and as they age, they need to be replaced. These are some nice Michelins, but they're right about, you could probably get till the end of this year. Then if it were me, I would replace them. But they're good for now. They have good tread. They're in good shape. They're not dry rotted. This whole car seems like it spent most of its life with its original owner indoors. So while it does have some scratches and things, little scuff here. Stuff like the paint is in good shape. These headlight lenses like to yellow out. These ones are crystal clear. So it doesn't seem like it's seen a ton of time in the sun. A few rock chips. Nothing too crazy. Now this passenger side, Grandpa had a little bit more of a difficult time with. There are some degree of light scraping pretty well down the whole side of this car. The fender's probably got it the worst. You can see here, up along this fender, where maybe this got squashed a little bit and pulled back out, and these might have been buckles where the paint popped off. I mean, the gaps are good, but I do actually have some touch-up paint I'm going to include with this car. A buddy of mine made it at a shop, and so this can be put here. I haven't done it yet because I don't want to make it look like I'm trying to hide anything. Now that I've got this video done, maybe I will go back over some of this stuff with the touch-up paint. This gap is off a little bit. You can see there's where this bumper stay connects to the fender there. It's stretched the metal down on that fender a little bit. So I'm sure if you pop this off, flatten that back out, replace the stay, that would tighten that gap up a little bit. And then there's kind of a light scuff down this side of the car. You can see it on this plastic cladding down here. You can clearly see it on the edge of the door. You don't really see it much on the door. There's a little bit of light, real light scratching here and down the side, and also through this back door. You can see it here. I've discovered that with metallic brown, it doesn't really show that much. And I don't know if it's just this car, the way it's designed, and kind of the way the body lines are. It's pretty slab-sided. Or if it's the color, but it's really hard to see that there's a scuff down this whole side. You kind of don't notice it unless you're on all fours here. Some here, and then there's right here. It looks like somebody at one point had come over this with some touch-up paint. And I don't know if that was necessary for somebody to have done, because if it's anything like the rest of this, you just don't really notice it. But it is there, and then it kind of tapers off here. You know, you're back a couple of feet, say 5-6 feet, you don't notice it. But it's there. The paint is held up really well. Again, I do think it spent most of its time indoors. A little scuff here. I do know this back bumper has been painted. It did a decent enough job. It actually looks really good. When I had it, I got hit by a boat. I lent it to a friend. Their neighbor backed their boat out of their driveway, and well, they hit it. They hit it right here. So this is a used bumper cover that was in good shape, same color, off an OEM one, because it had also broken a sensor, and so a swap bumper covers and painted it. I replaced this tail lamp, and then because it was shattered, and then this it is cracked. This is the original lamp. I do have a replacement one. I haven't popped it in just because that doesn't really bother me, but I do have it. That will be included with the sale, so it doesn't bug me. But if that bugs you, got a replacement OEM lamp there. It's pretty well it for out here. You know, it's still, you can see in the photos in the auction, and even just from right here, still a really handsome, really sharp car, and it's in a good color. The interior, though, is excellent. It's a 66,000 mile car, and it feels like it. Certainly drives like it. There's a couple of things to note in here, but not much. Really, there's, on these leather seats, on this piping here, is vinyl. And you can see some of the vinyl on this one little, I don't know, 10-inch strip right here. It's kind of peeled back. But the leather itself is in excellent shape. It's really soft, it's really pliable. No real damage to it or anything. Just an excellent interior. All right, let's go ahead and start it up. Actually, let's do this again. Listen to this. Lovely. This model does have the smart key, which is cool. You can see that's kind of what this indicator here is. So you keep your key in your pocket. It'll automatically load and unload. Load and unload. What? Lock and unlock. And you just turn this little nubbin here. That sound you heard. Dash cam. I put this dash cam in here. I don't know. If I've got a daily, I like to put a dash cam in it. Once upon a time, I worked in the world of automobile insurance, and the amount of headache that can be solved for everybody if you have a dash cam is immense. So do recommend. I'm leaving that in here, so whoever ends up with this car next will get that dash cam. 66,326. It has had the timing belt done once already. Timing belt water pump service done at the Lexus dealership by said original owner. And a lot of servicing done at the dealership. This thing was maintained quite nicely. Really, the only other thing to note on this interior is, first off, I love this sidebar. Yes, power oscillating center vents, and they're actually kind of cool. It seems super gimmicky, but I've lived with them for a little bit and I like them. I like the effect it has on the airflow here. The other thing I wanted to mention that actually does not work, I do not care about this, but maybe you do, so let's go over it. It does have the power adjustments here for the steering wheel. Up, down. The telescoping in and out doesn't work. If you try and adjust it, it just goes cheep, and that's all it does. Listen. So I believe it is all the way in the forward position, not closest to you, but closest to the dash, which in my opinion is where I would probably want to have it anyways. So if you're 4'1", maybe that's a problem. I don't know, but I'm trying to adjust it out. That's all you get. So I suspect, because it made a noise, I suspect the motor is good, but maybe there's a bad gear. I don't know. I hear it's a semi-common problem. I honestly pretty well forgot that that was actually a thing until I went to prep to do this, and I remembered, oh yeah, that's something that doesn't work. I need to clean out this, but that is there. Same with here. I do have, and I use this, and I'll include it. It's a Bluetooth tape adapter. So that's how I listen to streaming music. I do know they make an adapter that you can plug into the to work with this original screen, the touch screen, and you can do Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that fun stuff. Don't really need it. I'm old school. I just use this. Let's pop the hood and look around the rest of the interior. Actually, hold on. Mirrors. Up, down, left, right. Hold A, B, start. Yep, both mirrors work as they should. Let's do locks. Yep, those work great. All the windows, auto down, auto up. There they go. Let's pop the trunk. Let's pop the hood. Yeah. There's that smart key barking at us. FE, arguably most reliable engine ever built. React in the comments. But yeah, just unrealistically reliable machine here. Only thing I've done to this car when I got it was the smart key. When I bought it, it was missing. It only had the valet key, which is this guy. And it was quite a story on how to get a replacement master key and get it synced up to this car. It was quite the journey, but I was able to find a Lexus dealership to get that done. In the process of sorting all that out, it had an aftermarket battery in it. I put a new OEM battery in it, thinking that was going to solve some of our programming issues we were having. It didn't, but it does have a nice new OEM battery. Just about 21,000 miles ago, had the timing belt done. So that's good. That was back in 2015. That shows you how little use, it was getting under its prior ownership. When I bought it, it had roughly 57,000 miles on it. So I put about 10,000 miles on this car in my ownership. Really, it's just a nice place to spend time. It's much nicer to drive and much smoother and more comfortable than the CT200H. But the allure of fuel economy is getting me. Lots of room back here. Does have heated rear seats. They're controlled right there. That's a pass-through. It's not the ultra luxury package, which made that a tiny refrigerator. But honestly, in my opinion, that's more of a gimmick. I don't think that's something anyone actually ever really uses. Certainly not enough to justify that was, I think, like a $13,000 auction package or something obscene when these cars were new. Let's look in the trunk real quick. It's pretty boring. I do have some spare bits and pieces. So that is a cabin air filter, a couple of wipers, the front license plate bracket, and an extra air filter. So those, you know, I bought this car thinking I was going to have it for quite some time. So you know, I stocked up on some parts. I do have an oil filter also for this somewhere, and that'll be included as well. But yeah, why don't we do this? Why don't we go for a drive in it? We can enjoy the lap of luxury. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this car. So hopefully the next owner enjoys it. Let's take it for a spin. Okay, I was gonna drive my favorite driving road right up here, but I just drove past it and it's closed. So we're gonna not make my left turn up here. We're gonna go straight, and it's gonna be far more boring than taking this on a really twisty road. This is gonna be more of a regular old road. But let's do just that. Let's go for a drive. Put it into power mode, and let's go. All right. Life with my big brown Lexus. Really cool, really smooth. Killer buys. You know, these are cars that somebody can buy and put 200,000 miles on it and really not lose a whole lot of value and not have to put a whole lot into it as far as care and feeding goes. So yeah, if you're interested in something like this, absolutely, bid often, bid early. I will be sad to see it go, but I have too many darn cars. So I'm excited for the new owner to load some miles on it. So, all right, I'm gonna run it up the freeway here real quick. We'll run it through the gears one last time. Otherwise, thanks for tagging along and watching along. And yeah, check out the auction via the description below.